Good morning. This is Morning Coffee. I did not get an opportunity to vote yesterday because I was in the hospital. And I'm, you know, I'm not upset about it. And I'm not upset about the results either. I'm not upset that Donald Trump became president. And I'll tell you the reason why. I haven't seen God. I only see God through people, the Creator's creation. So why would I spend all my energy demonizing a person, hating on a person, and judging a person, by some of the crazy things that they've said on television when I've had some of the crazy thoughts and I've done some of the same things? It absolutely makes no sense to me. Um, it seems like a lot of people are caught up in a lot of fear, and, some folks now, especially, black people of color, I'll say, have been saying, oh, I'm going to leave the country. I'm going to get me a gun. The white man is going to, listen, let's break this thing down. I don't do morning coffees for the heck of it. Now, right now, my life is in a life and death thing, which means that my kidney is way more important than who became president of the United States of America. And it also means that my higher self, the Creator's creation, cannot go around teaching love is the opposite of fear if I'm going to live in fear. So I'm not going to be sitting back pretending like I'm afraid of Donald Trump. He is not the face of racism. He's not. I don't care what kind of comments he's made. That's an illusion. Racism exists. Hatred in people's heart exists because it exists, and it's because they choose to let that stuff fester because they live in a world of illusion and a world of fear. This isn't just spiritual psychobabble that I'm talking. This is reality in terms of being authentic. So it doesn't make any sense to me to give, ever since I've been able to vote, to give other presidents a chance and not give this elected president a chance. He was elected. I'm not going to dishonor the universe, by degrading his character, by demonizing him, by saying that he's the Antichrist. Like, who am I to do that? It's just amazing to me, the lovelessness and the fear that this thing has brought out in people. As I was, today, the nurse came in and she says, well, Donald Trump became president. I said, I'm going to give him a chance. I mean, listen, I belong to a group of people, a fellowship, where I was given a chance. My life was dusty, rugged, and ragged. And I often think about that time that Jesus was ignoring people who was judging someone else, and then rose up and said, ye without sin, and I say ye without self-inflicted nonsense, cast the first stone, meaning that there is not one of us, not one, not one of us who is so enlightened that we haven't thought thoughts of prejudice, we haven't been biased, we haven't talked about somebody, gossiped about somebody, we haven't been a bigot about something, we haven't, made rude comments behind people's backs. We just weren't taped. So it makes no sense to live out the modicum of fear when I serve a loving and caring creator who is the author and finisher of our faith. And I say our faith because we're all connected. So am I trying to get you to change your mindset? No. I'm just praying for a miracle, for a shift in perception, like what has happened to me. Because what has happened for me is my humanity and my willingness to seek love and forgiveness. And forgiveness. I want people to forgive me for the things I've done, but I don't want to forgive other people. And listen, media and all that kind of stuff, it hypes. Social media, it makes things much larger than what it really is. It really does. And it takes us into an illusion and a delusions of grandeur, thinking that we're somebody different and we're somebody special when we're uniquely capable of being the exact same person as Mr. Donald Trump. So, hats off. Hats off, to the person that won. Um, I can't say whether it was God's will or not God's will, but I'm going to say God's will be done. God's will be done, not mine. All I need to do is continue to love God and serve people and love God. I am not going to be spending my energy worrying about Donald Trump turning back the hands of time. Because to be honest with you, there has been racism existing in this country since I was born in 1967, and it has not changed. But check this out, love has prevailed. I can't go around looking at everyone as a racist, because if I do that, it'll just bring out the racist in me. And the racist in me and the racist in you and the prejudice in me and the prejudice in you just keeps on a cycle of fear. And a cycle of fear is just a lot of psychobabble that gets everybody nowhere. So what I've chosen to do instead during prayer and meditation is I've chosen to celebrate people's greatness. And during prayer and meditation this morning, it is no coincidence. This is what I love about praying and meditating. It is no coincidence. I was reading my book, which is, I've been reading it. It's been like my meditation daily here, my meditation book. And it was talking about supporting each other's greatness. And I'm encouraged to support his greatness. Not the ego mind, not his ego, not the talking about people that are handicapped, talking about women, not all that. Sometimes you got to look past people's faults and see their needs. And I loved when the book said this morning, Marianne Williamson's The Gift of Change. Yet I've learned that you don't serve the world by taking on its judgment. Hanging your head in shame and saying, yeah, you must be right, I must be bad. Take responsibility for your part in your own disasters, yes. But take on every projection of guilt from every unhealed person? No. For whatever reason, people may need to project their own anger and guilt on you. You don't have to accept it if it's not yours. So in reality, I'm not going to project my years of abuse, my years of being hurt, my years of, being a black man, in America onto Donald Trump or onto every white person that I know. It's not going to happen because it is a thought system based in fear and not a thought system based in love. And in closing, it said, unless we're supporting the emergence of greatness in the people around us, we're not doing our full part to help heal the world. A supportive smile, an email, the smallest gesture can make the difference in helping another person believe in himself or herself. From a spiritual perspective, only what we give away do we get to keep. When we're more generous with our support for others, the universe itself shows more support for us. That's kind of like my mindset. So I'm going to give this elected president a chance, just like I've given anyone that I voted for a chance. And I guess, it's very interesting because I didn't get a chance to vote and I was going to sneak out the hospital to vote. And now I'm sitting back thinking, what for? Because, what for? I would have been going against medical advice. I'm in a critical situation and I need to critically deal with my higher self, meaning the Creator's creation, and I need to love myself back to health. And in doing that, I'm able to sit back and not decompose or take on travesties or tragedies or these illusions like they really, really mean something to me. When Barack Obama was elected, a lot of people had a whole lot to say. However, a lot of people also gave him a chance. So I'm just taking that same vein. I'm going to give him an opportunity and give him a chance. And I'm going to support his emergence of greatness, because while I support my brother or my sister's emergence of greatness, I'm simply supporting mine. We are all still the Creator's creation. God is still the author and finisher of our faith. Have a blessed day.